Good morning.
Good morning.
Another run, another day. It's actually a beautiful day today. The weather is amazing. So thank you for picking the day.
Thank you, Omar, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
It's my first snow run.
Yes. So today I'm running with Yasmine. Yasmine has been a friend for a while. We ran together many times and her running journey is amazing. So I'm eager to hear all about it. Yasmine, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yes. My name is Yasmine Shafie. I love running. That's obvious.
Yeah.
I'm a mother of 3 little boys. They're not little anymore.
Yep.
19, 15, and 13.
Wow, that's a handful.
Yes. And I am a business communicator. So communication is really important to me, whether at work, at home, or with running friends like you.
Awesome. Okay, Yasmine. So we're all eager to hear what we call your running journey. How it started, have you always been running, where you are now, and hopes for the future. So let's first hear how it all started. When did you pick up running regularly?
But I love this question that you're calling it my running journey, because I used to be a hater for running, actually.
Wow, okay.
I used to hate it.
Yeah.
I used to even hate walking fast, not even running.
Okay.
So
that's incredible to hear, because I know a lot of friends who, would say, no way, I would never run. I have a friend that tells me I would only run if somebody's chasing me or I'm chasing anything.
Exactly, that was my case. It all started during COVID.
Okay.
I used to do a lot of HIIT classes.
Okay.
And then after COVID, I thought I need a goal to train for.
Yes.
So I went and registered for the first time for an Olympic triathlon. And don't tell me why did I do this.
Oh my goodness.
Why or how I did this action. But I wanted to train for a better goal.
Okay.
And this is when I started to run.
Okay.
I started with Zagalatea community.
Yes.
And they were all professional runners. Started in winter.
Yep.
So there was not a specialized program for people starting to run at that time.
Okay.
It started with me chasing them throughout the run.
Like we all did, like me.
Chasing them and waiting for them to come back and pick me up.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So this is how it started. How I developed friendship with running. This was actually something else. I had a personal situation.
Okay.
It was a bit tragic because my mom was sick.
Oh.
And she passed away after that. But during that time, I had to travel and support the family.
Yep.
I wasn't sure when I'm coming back to my small family here in Canada.
Yeah.
So it was a very overwhelming
I'm sure it is.
stage. And the only thing that helped me and helped my mental health was actually running. I used to run 7K every night in the sports club I live just next to in Egypt.
Okay.
So that's when I started to develop friendship with running, and it became my best friend, where I can speak to myself, I can reflect on things, I can let out all the negative emotions.
I know.
And keep in the positive ones.
I know.
That's how it started.
Yasmine, this is incredible, and allow me to just intervene because this is my 11th running interview. It's actually the first one this year. So you're the first in 2025. But what I'm trying to say is that you would not believe how many people I interviewed that expressed how running helped them through difficult times.
True.
It's true for myself. I used running for my own mental health in slightly different situations, but I'm seeing a pattern here.
Sure.
it seems that, yeah, running is a great tool. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so you were running every day for 7K. What happened to your Olympic triathlon goal?
Unfortunately, I didn't do it because I had to travel at that time.
Yeah,
so I didn't do it.
Okay,
But at least this was the only positive thing it did to me.
okay,
Because it was a goal. I had to do it. Then, now I love to do it. It started by I had to, and then
you
it
started by
developed-
hating
exactly.
and then having to, and now you
then-
love it.
Exactly. And then now I love it. It even helps me at work. You won't believe it. I do a lot of consultancy work to different clients.
Okay,
Most of the time they're facing problems.
yes,
And I had to get creative in order to help them to find solutions. So before any important clients meeting where we're facing such a situation, I run.
Yep.
When I run, I tend to organize my thoughts better and I tend to come with creative solutions, by the way.
yes,
So it even helps me at work.
yep, absolutely.
What we're doing now, it really reflects on what we create while running. So while running, because you run with different people and different community,
Yes,
and every time you speak with someone that you don't know, you end up becoming friends at the end of the run.
yep,
So that's exactly what happens in real life.
yep.
So I love it. I love that you're doing it while running, actually.
Thank you. Okay, so we know how your journey started and developed. Can you tell us how it's going right now and maybe your hopes for the future?
Yeah, now what I did, because I didn't mention the challenges.
Yes,
As someone who hated running,
yeah,
this means that I was not really someone doing a lot of physical activities.
okay,
So I had to build my muscles and get more strength
yep,
in order to be able to do that, because I started to get injuries when I started to run on my own without really realizing what is the right form, how can we do it right, what is the right posture,
yep,
what are the tips and tricks. So of course I got injured,
yeah,
and then this is another phase in my journey where I started to focus on, okay, I need to build the right strength
yep,
and the right muscles
yep,
in order to be able to do what I love now, which is running. So it started with having a personal trainer,
okay,
and this personal trainer knew that I'm a runner, so she really worked with me on the important muscles to develop while
I
running.
see.
So this was one step that I did. The other step is that I started to run with a professional running coach, and I joined his clinics. And this was a life-changing experience to me.
Do you mind telling us about the
Yeah, well,
the
it's
coach and the group?
that was really different, because all what he said to us at the beginning, and I remember quite well during the first sessions, that in order to run well and in a good form, you need first to walk well and in a good form and a good posture.
Oh,
And that in order to run fast, you need first to learn how to run slow.
yeah,
So it's actually, those words were the beginning of a new era
okay,
for me in running. Because I had when I started to develop and I loved running, I had some peer pressures of, I need to do this race,
yep,
I need to finish that.
yep,
And then when I learned this from him and started the program, I realized that I don't need to have any peer pressure, because at the end of the day, I'm competing with myself, and I need to have a good physique, know how to run well, not to have injuries, and enjoy the run. And then while having all of this, growing as a runner and doing a lot of races and having a better pace and beating my personal bests, this is a plus to the journey.
yep,
So this is how it started to be more of a professional relationship with running.
I see. So let's now look at the future. I'm interested to know what are your plans or dreams, if you want to call them? What are you hoping to achieve in your future of running?
I have short-term plans and long-term plans.
Okay.
So the short-term ones are I want to do a good half marathon this year.
Awesome.
Not one, but two.
Okay.
I hope I can do one in May, like after my upcoming running clinic.
Okay.
And another one, like maybe October, September.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in Canada, it might be even in Europe.
Awesome.
Just to explore
Yep.
other cultures and see other people, and at the same time do the thing that I love most now.
Nice.
So that's one goal. Another goal is, since I didn't do the triathlon, as I told you,
Yeah.
I'm trying this year to work for the sprint, which now I know my capabilities, not in running, but it's because it involves running, swimming, and riding or cycling a bike. So I'm planning to train for that, but to do the sprint like as a starting point and see how it goes. For
What?
the long term, because that's what I tell my sons
Yes.
when they criticize me or tell me that, okay, why are you doing this? You go run a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? And I told them, well, you'll see me at the age of 70, 75 at the Olympics. So that's running at the Olympics. So that's a long
Okay.
term goal.
I'll keep an eye for the Olympics when I'm 70 as well.
That's how I could say to seize them. I'm not sure I'm doing it, but let's hope so.
No,
Maybe
I
you
mean,
do it together.
yeah, exactly. We are both 70s team. Look, I mean, whether you go to the Olympics or not, I think ultimately for all of us, we hope that when we get older, we stay fit. Maybe not compete, but be able to travel and walk and do some exercise as much as possible. I think that would be great
Very true.
at any age.
That's why I really love. That's the only thing that I learned, or the most important advice that I learned, and I learned it the hard way. We need to work on our strength, having strengthened muscles, strong muscles. This would help us not only in running, but in living our life at its best, actually.
Yep. Okay, so this kind of is a good segue now that I know your where you are and your dreams. That's a good segue for me to ask a question that's on all our minds. You're a mom that's already a full-time job. You're also a professional. You have your full-time job as well. How can you find time? How are you managing to find time to run? I mean, it's very easy to tell yourself, and I've been there, I have no time. What can I do? I have no time to take care of my health. When I have time, I will do it.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Well, I think this is a very important question. So as I told you, it started where I had to do it. So I won't really, I'll be very honest. And when I started to run, I used to hate when I woke up early Sundays morning to run with a Galatea team.
Yep.
It was something that I hated. But I felt like I had to because I registered for the triathlon.
Yep.
And I had to do it.
Yep.
I have no choice. Once I started to love it and had a strong why. This was at that time a strong why, by the way.
Yes.
That's why it kept me going and running. But I had a stronger why when this helped me to have a better mental health. And I had a stronger why when this helped me to train myself to beat my personal best. So having the right environment, I would say, and a plan is just key. If I'm training, as I'm telling you, I'm trying to train for May for a half marathon. So I'll be having a running plan.
Okay.
And even though that sometimes I can't make it 100%,
Yep.
it's good to be kind to yourself sometimes and say, okay, whatever I didn't do today, I can do tomorrow. or
Yes.
I can do during the weekend.
Yep.
But I don't leave it at all.
Yep.
So I'm as consistent as possible, and I'm as agile as possible.
Yep.
So if I'm planning to run early morning, but it didn't work out, then okay, I'll try to do it at night. If it's cold, I'll go and do a treadmill run at the gym.
Yep.
I'm trying to be adaptable and agile as much as possible. And
Yeah.
I think that's key.
Okay.
But
yeah.
the most important thing is having a strong why at the beginning to be able to be consistent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Yasmine. So, I think what you've said brings up the quintessential question that I ask myself often, and I like to ask everyone I run with. You've touched on many benefits of running, but I want to ask you again, for Yasmine, why do you run? What takes you out of the door early in the morning?
That's a very tricky question,
Yep,
and it has a lot of different perspectives.
absolutely.
And I can take you what I do through what I do while running, and maybe this would give you insights more about the question itself.
Okay,
Running for me is life, and that's not a cliche word or a cheesy word. That's true. I do a lot of things while running, so sometimes I learn.
okay,
So it's a tool for me to multitask and do two things at a time.
yep,
If I don't have enough time to do this or that,
okay,
I listen to audiobooks,
okay,
podcasts while running. So it becomes kind of a learning journey to me. It's a kind of meditation to me, because when I run, this is the only time, as I told you, I'm a mother of 3 boys.
Yep.
So you can imagine the house, how it looks like, how it's crowded, how it's noisy, a lot of fights,
absolutely.
boys fights. so that's the only time where I stay on my own, if I'm not running with a group, of course, and I reflect on what I did.
Yep,
I think about what I want to achieve and do, and it helps me to talk with myself in a way. Also, it's a way of motivation to me, because I told you about my journey,
yes,
moving from a runner hater to a runner, or a running hater to a running lover.
yes,
So it motivates me when I look at this journey and I feel, okay, if I did this, then I can do more.
yep,
And I can look at myself and feel proud of myself. And every one of us needs to be reminded of the good things they did in life and what they achieved, even if they're small wins. So that's why it keeps me going,
yes,
and it keeps you progressing. But it's like a puzzle, so you have to really do everything together. Like, you have to be kind to yourself sometimes, be adaptable, be consistent as much as possible, and really embrace the progress and think that progress really matters.
okay,
Even if there are small steps, it helps at the end to a bigger outcome. When you do this race, or when you even if you don't love to do races, even on watching your pace on your smartwatch and feeling that, okay, you used to do 1K and now you're doing 1.5 or 2K. It's always competing with yourself, not someone else. And that feels really good when someone feels that I'm competing with myself, I'm
Yes.
trying to create something new, and I'm progressing in something that I love.
absolutely. That is a beautiful answer.
Yeah. Another also point, Omar, not to forget it here, that it's part also of our like having a healthy life. Of course, it's not only through running. You can do different things, but I once heard Robin Sharma, the famous 5 a.m. club author,
Okay,
and he was speaking about how our lives, our health is or his health is his main wealth and assets. So
Sorry.
having a good health or living the healthiest version of your life is really what predicts the future for you. So of course there are things, unforeseen things that we cannot control.
Yep.
And no guarantees here, but at least living the life I want to live in a healthy nature and enjoying my family and everything I do with my boys and my sons and even their children in the future.
Yes.
is my why. Like aging in a healthy way is really my why.
It's all these reasons.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, your answer resonates a lot to me as well, and I'm gonna quote you on the Yasmine runs because she wants to live the best version of her life. Awesome. Thanks, Yasmine. Okay, Yasmine. Now we're gonna go into the short and quick questions, as I like to call them. So, what's your favorite time of day for running if you don't have any commitments?
I love to run first thing in the morning.
Okay.
This keeps me very in a good mood. Like it keeps my mood up, and it makes me feel that I can conquer the world. Kind of.
Yes.
I started with running. I did my exercise. I'm in a good mood. I'm creative. I can do anything in my day.
Are you a morning person?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm not a morning person. I learned to like running in the morning, but I don't think I'm a morning person.
I didn't used to be
Oh,
a morning person, by the way.
Okay.
But for the past like 5 or 6 years, or even more maybe, due to the children, having them, you start to adapt and change your own like habits. So this was one of the things that I definitely changed while being a mother, for sure.
Okay. All right. We are in Ontario, Canada. We're blessed with 4 distinct seasons. Which is your favorite for running?
Fall, 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 always and forever.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Of course, I prefer, like I'm sure not everyone would do that, but as a runner also I prefer the winter because it's always easy to put on clothes and the right gear and run
correct.
than running while you're sweating and it's very hot.
You don't sweat as much. You don't need as much hydration.
Exactly. So the fall and maybe the winter and then the summer.
Sorry.
And if I'm running during the summer, but I love to run in my home country, in Egypt, because I love to run by the beach. So I usually go during summer. I wake up early
Yes.
in the morning, and I run by the beach, and I enjoy it on my own. When no one else is awake, everyone is sleeping. I just do it and I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Before it's getting too hot.
Running on the sand is very nice. It's hard, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
It trains other muscles that we're not used to.
Sure. Yeah. True.
Okay. Do you like running on roads or on trails?
Roads.
Roads?
Yeah, I hate running on trails, to be honest. I know you have to be equipped with the right shoes for that.
Yes.
But my experience, because I did it once or twice without the right shoes,
Yeah.
and it hurted it really hurt my feet. So I didn't do it after that. I love the roads. Running on roads is even better than the treadmill.
Oh, I hate treadmills. They're necessary sometimes,
Sometimes, yeah.
but
I only do them if I do speed work and intervals.
yeah.
They're really nice, but for the long runs, of course, I appreciate the road.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've touched on that, but do you run with music, audiobooks, or do you like just to listen to your brain?
No, actually, I do a mix of the 3.
Okay.
Sometimes I love to listen to my brain and just listen to nothing, just the sound of nature,
Yes.
birds, anything around me. Other times I take advantage because as a busy mother and someone who works too, so sometimes I don't have time to do everything. So I take advantage of that and I listen to audiobooks, podcasts, or anything that would grow me, even grow my learning and my perspective to things. And other times I just love to nurture my soul and listen to the music that I love to listen to.
Okay, awesome. Solo or group? Do you like
Both.
to run alone or
I love to do both.
both?
So, yeah, because as I told you, running on my own makes me meditate,
Yes.
organize my thoughts, and this is hard to do that while running in a group.
Yes.
So sometimes, well, most commonly during the week, I run on my own, but I make sure that I run once or twice in a group per week too.
Yep.
So I always run on Sunday morning with a group, and it's amazing that you start like at the end of the lane or with the group, speaking to someone who's totally stranger, and coming up throughout the ladder of this running group, you start to speak with everyone by the end of the run, and you make friendship.
Yep.
A lot of friendships along
And
the way.
Friendships also with similarly minded people
Exactly.
who can, drive you to achieve more and continue on.
100%. And it's actually a platform to share knowledge too, because a lot of times they share tips about what to wear, the right gloves, a shoe brand that makes them feel better than the other, what is the right gear. Sometimes you ask a lot of questions. The best race, what are your plans? So you get inspired
Yes.
by the knowledge others share too, and you start to improve and think about your own plans.
Absolutely. Okay, again, this is a very good segue because you mentioned tips about gear.
Yeah.
You have been running for several years now, and as you said, you transitioned from hating running to now loving it. Running is a very low entry sport. You can just get out of the house and run in slippers if you want.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna stop you. But as we continue running, we sometimes find out that there is certain gear
Yeah,
that
sure.
improves the quality of the time you spend on your feet.
100%.
So, can you share with us such an experience?
Yeah, this is a very important question, because if you have the right gear, it helps a lot. So if you're doing long runs, I always love to wear cushioned shoes,
Yep.
kind of, because it prevents injuries to my knees. And I always have, or that's at least what my running coach advised, and I find it super helpful to have two kind of shoes.
Yep.
So one shoe is for training, just for the daily training and runs, and the other one is dedicated for speed work and during races.
Okay. Perfect. Yasmine, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, really,
It was a pleasure talking to you.
I enjoyed it too.
I mean, we ran many times before, but it's finally my chance to actually listen and hear about your journey. I'm inspired. I think we have a lot of things that resonate in our running journey, if you might call it.
True.
So thank you very much for giving me your time today.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you for the opportunity to share any knowledge, and I love just, even if someone is starting, I hope this might be of benefit to them.
Awesome. Yeah, this is exactly why we're doing this. Like, for people like us who are professionals and busy and have a family and, are maybe thinking about getting into running or just got in and felt that, it's difficult, to know that there is better times ahead.
True.
Right?
Very true. Always.
Awesome. And then finally, as I usually say, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I want you to put someone else on the spot. So, do you have any recommendations for future run and chat interviews?
Oh, yeah, I have a list of friends. I can
Yeah.
share.
You can.
I have a list of friends. But on top of them, I can nominate Yasmine Blake.
Okay.
Because she's the one
Yes.
who introduced me to my professional running coach.
Oh,
And I love her for that.
okay.
And she's my running buddy.
Awesome.
And of course, I have a list of friends because I run with a lot of close group
Absolutely.
of friends. But she's the one who introduced us all to this running coach, and it was really a life-changing experience. And she has started this journey ahead of me years ago, and she's also a great runner.
Yasmine is amazing. Knowing her background as well, I know that interviewing her will be very interesting. So I'll definitely reach out. Thanks a lot, Yasmine. And,